Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Ironclad RC. I'm Big B. So we got the V1 Blackjack 24 on the block. Just finished up this build. I just did a maiden run. And we had some warm temps on the ESC, which I kind of expected. We got a high kV motor, 3267, doing straights, running some fairly aggressive props. So today we're actually going to modify the rudder. All right, I've already changed the nipple out to a nipple that had a little bit larger bore than the stock nipple. So today we're actually going to drill it out, drill the pickup, and put a brass tube on in the place of a nipple so we get the most flow possible. Okay, so stick around. Big B, we're Ironclad RC. So before we get into the rudder modification, I want to give you guys a shop update. If you want to skip forward to the rudder mod, it's completely up to you. So we got the V1 and the V2 Blackjack. We're going to be running at the speed run spot the next break I get in the weather. Doing a boost battle with Emil Wilkinson with this guy here, kind of a top speed battle, upgraded ESC 6S stock motor. Okay, trying to get top speed with that one. All right, just finished that build, so I'm gonna take my time with it. I have this coming up. In the comments, guess what this is going in. Okay, Flyer 400 12S. Take a wild guess. All right. That's coming up here shortly. So we got the UL-19 and the Oxteam Marine Dominator. Now, I prepped this boat up for a speed run a few weeks ago, and I never took it out. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go a different route because I was running this motor in this boat. I've been doing some motor swapping here. So I actually got a 4070 CM. This is a 1400 kV 4070. I removed the coupler protector. This motor has an 8mm shaft. I've done some modifications. I'll go over that whenever I make the video. So this is going to be at the speed run spot. That's a big power, big motor. My CG got moved forward a little bit. Hopefully it works. If not, we'll take it out. But I'm trying to get into the mid 90s with this boat. Speaking of 90s, I'm trying to get past 90 with this one. My personal best is 89. So I threw that 2080 kV CM from this boat and this boat. This is a 4060 2080 kV. It's a 6 and 8S capable motor. So we're going to run this one on 6S with some fairly aggressive props. If I don't break that 90, we're going to prop down and throw 8S on it. Okay, this one here we're gonna run it on 8S and prop up. Okay, so that's the plan. All right, been kind of busy off camera. I got these things prepped up, so let's go ahead and get into this rudder modification because I think it will help cooling on this boat. I got the rudder off. Okay, actually this was the rudder I had on there. I'm actually gonna run this guy. Okay, so I'll need to actually sharpen this up. And we need to drill it out. We're going to use this as our nipple. Instead of a nipple, we're going to actually use a cooling line. Oh, a brass tube. What am I talking about? 3.8mm brass tube. And then for the nipple part of the tube, it's the next size up, 4.6, 3/16. Alright, so this is basically going to go here. Alright, and I've got an index drill bit here, drill bit set, and I've actually kind of figured out which one I need. That one fits good. This one right here starts to get tight, so I went with the next size up. Okay, so I'm basically gonna drill this out to my pickup. So I guess I need to make sure my bit's on there so I can reach it. This is a short rudder, so it's easy. You know, you start getting into 120mm long rudders, you're gonna have to order a special bit. Try to get the drill bit straight. You know, incrementally step your bit size up, and don't get too hungry, don't get too greedy, because you will blow it out, you know. Or if you try to go too big, it'll yeah, anyway, yeah, it's, you can mess your blade up, so don't get too greedy, don't go too big with the blade size. Not using a drill press, I'm just using my drill bit, nothing special. Didn't even put no oil on it. We went from 2.8 to 3.5. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right. So let's see what size this is. Yeah, 3.8. Okay. Oh boy, hope I got a bit for that. Oh, that's a common bit. Okay, that might work. So I'm going to basically just going to drill out this from like here to about right there for our brass tube nipple. Let's see if our brass tube fits in here. Probably over drilled it. Oop, not yet. Not yet. Getting greedy. I'm getting greedy. 3.8 millimeters all the way down. Now I'm not going to be able to thin this rudder out. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, I want a nice tight fit. That looks good. That looks good. So now we need to do something with this little fella. I ain't got no small bits. I broke them all drilling out my water pickups. Every damn one of my small bits. See, that one's too small. The ones that fit it, they're broken. And I don't have any small ones. I might have some put up. Let me see. That might do it. So, like this part of the hole right here, at the end of my rod's on, that part, it can't have like a hump in it. You know, it needs to be basically a straight shot to that hole back there. If there's a hump, it will deflect water over the top of the rudder and you won't pick anything up. So it's very important that you get this right. So I never get it right the first time. I usually have to file and cuss and file, Dremel. But I usually it's hard because the bits are so small. You could put it in a vise. I have a vise. I have a drill press out there. But every time I've tried using a drill press, it always slips off and like scars up the rudder, you know? So I'm just putting pressure on it. Like, I'm holding it on there and I'm putting some pressure. I didn't drill it out like really big. Like I said, if you drill it out too big, it'll get stuff stuck on it. There's no like hump. Yeah, it's like sitting flat on it. You know, you wouldn't want to feel like no teeter tot. Mine's sitting flat. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And once it's done, leave it alone. Don't keep messing with it. You'll mess it up. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and cut our brass tube. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut it. It don't really need to be that long. I'm making it that's too damn long. What am I doing? That's too freaking long. Alright, now we're gonna make us a little nipple. We just need a little small piece of this next size up, you know, a little slither. Alright, just a little slither there. Not much, just a small little piece. So that's our nipple. Alright. We'll blue Loctite it on. Okay, and then I'm gonna blue Loctite this in because I really don't want to permanently lock it in there. You know what I'm saying? Blue Loctite will seal it up. I'm gonna show you what I got going on here. Just cleaned up the ends so it's nice and open. Same for my little nipple I cut. Alright, blue Loctite should do it. If you need anything more than blue Loctite, you may want to go to your local Home Depot or something, pick up some 1/4 inch high pressure hydraulic lines. I think this blue Loctite will work. Why wouldn't it? I've used it on, well, I've done this before, so I know it works and it holds up. Yep, I've done this on other boats with blue and it's still holding strong. Alright, so this is the part you probably want to go a little bit heavy with, you know, inserting it into the rudder itself. I guess before you do all this, you may want to make sure your hole's nice and clean, you know, make sure it's nice and clean. No burrs in there, just kind of use your drill bit, go in and out several times, you know. And I'm just gonna spin this in there. Boom, boom, boom. Not gonna go all the way down. I'm gonna leave it up so I have something to put my cooling line on. It's already grabbing. Look at that. It don't take, oh, it does not take long. That should work. It's about the same length as a regular nipple, you know. A little bit longer. Boom. That'll work. That'll do it. That'll do it. It's got to do it because it's already locked in place. That Great Plains is pretty good stuff. I get it at my local hobby shop. I would rather use Loctite, but that Great Plains is pretty good. It's actually a good deal at my local hobby shop anyway. It's one of the reasons I go there. Pick up Loctite and heat shrink. Heat shrink's cheap at my local hobby shop. It's not as good as like an auto parts store, but yep, I need to go see Mr. Dan at Hobby Chest. So that looks pretty good. Just open that. So the video got long real quick. So I've actually done some off-camera mods here. All right, so typically this rudder does not kick up, right? It don't kick up. So if you have this generic rudder, you just kind of grind a little corner off the top of this rudder bracket, and it will allow you to run kick up protection with a breakaway screw in the bottom, stainless steel screw in the top. You gotta run breakaway screw, okay? Or I just made this mod, all right? So you guys see right here, you see that notch I made in my rudder hinge block? Okay, so that notch will allow me to run a stainless steel screw top and bottom, no more brass, or no more nylon breakaways, you know. So that's an awesome little trick right there to have. I've also been filing material off this rudder bracket, like right here, the end of the bracket. I filed a couple thousandths of an inch off, so we can actually use our rudder as a tuning aid. That's the main reason I notched this bracket, so I can actually put tension on the hinge block here, and we can run some forward cant or some aft cant. Tighten it down, it'll stay in place while we're running, and it'll still break up when we hit stuff. So if you think about it, the bottom of this rudder, it's a flat surface. What is a flat surface on water? A planing surface, right? So forward cant, you see how it's the bottom? It's like having some down trim on it. Forward cant will keep the bow down in a turn. Aft cant will keep the bow up in a turn. A lot of guys say only in a turn, but I've run forward and aft cant on cats, and I could tell a difference in ride attitude in a straight. It's just me. You got a freaking ride surface down there. Why wouldn't it trim the boat out at speed, you know? So that's a couple little tricks there that will help you out. And of course, you guys seen the major modification here to get more cooling. The boat, I mean, the ESC was only in the 140s. It wasn't hot. This doesn't really need to be done, but we'll see. We'll see if it brings the temperatures down 10-15 degrees, you know. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Big B, we're Ironclad RC.